Well, coming up on Mountain News this morning, check out one unique way the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center is keeping their environment sanitary. And while many people go to One Corbin restaurant to watch sports, the owner is playing no games with Governor Beshear's mask mandate.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. It is 2 minutes after 5:30 here on this Thursday, July the 16th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News this morning. Well, today is going to be another scorcher. You're going to watch the mercury on that thermometer rise. And, you know, sometimes we say that rain brings relief, but it's not going to do that in this case. It's just going to make for what's going to be a warm day a little bit crazier. But you want to know who's a little bit crazy? Brandon. Let's bring him in this morning, give us a breakdown of just what we should expect on this Friday Eve. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning, Will, and yes, this forecast especially makes me a little crazy because these models, they're still all over the place. It's a mess, but this morning, it's calm. Things are looking pretty good up on top of Buffalo Mountain, and we're going to continue to see calm conditions to start the day. It is very warm this morning as well. Look at that, 78 in Prestonsburg, 74 Jackson, 72 London, 72 Somerset, Williamsburg 2, Wise. We're seeing 68 in Harlan. That's one of our cooler spots in the region, so much warmer today than it was yesterday. Heading toward 92 later this afternoon, but again, those chances for showers and storms will pick up a little bit later in the day. You factor in the heat index, it's going to feel like the mid to upper 90s, so heat precautions, but we'll keep an eye on those storms because some of those could be on the stronger side. I'll break those down for you here in just a few minutes. Will?
Alrighty, Brandon, thank you. Well, this week marks the 5-year anniversary of a flood that swept through Johnson County, destroying many homes and claiming lives. July 13th, 2015, heavy rain caused floodwaters to pour through several Johnson County communities, hitting the Flat Gap area especially hard. Several mobile homes were washed away or moved from their foundations, and around 15 people were injured and 4 died. Painesville Johnson County Emergency Management Director Gary McClure says it was something the area had never seen.
I've been doing this job for 17 years. Flat Gap really never had been that much of a flood-prone area until this event. So, you know, it was new ground for us.
McClure says it took around 5 days to recover the 4 bodies following the flooding. Well, through this pandemic, jails and nursing homes have been places of special concern. Because of that, jails such as the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center have increased their cleaning. Now with the new ultraviolet light machine, they hope to be able to protect their inmates even more. WYMT's Emily Bennett talked with officials at the jail about it.
For the last 4 months, keeping Big Sandy Regional Detention Center clean has been the top priority.
When this hit, it just kind of up that level of cleaning. So of course we had inmates doing hands-on cleaning, Lysol, bleach.
But jail administrator Byron Hansford wanted to know if he could do even more. And after some research, he purchased this ultraviolet light machine.
It's about a $4,000 purchase, but you know, we've got a pretty good board and they're concerned about the jail and they approved the purchase.
The machine sits in a jail cell for about 30 minutes while inmates are out for recreation, as direct contact to the light is dangerous to a person's health.
When you set it on a timer, it's 15, 30, 45 minutes. If something happened that you did have to go in there before it kicked off, then once you open that door and you step in, it's going to kick off for the motion sensor.
They plan for each cell to be disinfected with the light several times a week, as well as in detox, where they receive new inmates.
It would be used a little more as people go out there. We're going to obviously put it in there as often as we can.
For years, UV light has been used to kill viruses. And while studies are still ongoing to the effectiveness UV light rays have against COVID-19, it will still help against other bacteria.
At least we're putting another level there of cleanliness to try to prevent it from getting in here.
Trying to keep any sickness out of the jail. In Painesville, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, so far, the case has not had one single case of COVID-19. They do have empty cells to be able to isolate people if someone does test positive. Well, COVID-19 could have lasting impacts, including how we do business. For small coffee shops, they deal with decreased business and hour changes. At Something's Brewing in London, they rely on their loyal customers to continue to get by. But this loss of business is forcing owner Darlene Smith to become a jack of all trades.
I do a lot of work myself. Used to have a CPA, but now I have to do the paperwork myself. So, see, it's a lot, lot you have to do, a lot of work. If I had to hire it all done, I couldn't do it.
Smith had to stop working Saturdays and just go Monday through Friday. Well, many people go to a Corbin restaurant to watch sports, but the owner is not playing any games when it comes to the mask mandate. Brandon Shepard, who owns Shep's Place, is pleading with people to wear their masks. He says it's not a political statement, but that wearing masks could be the difference in success or failure for his business and many others. Shepard says small businesses are caught in the crossfire of the discourse surrounding masks.
Because some people don't want to wear them because they think it's a political statement, and then there's other people that say, hey, we need to wear these because we need to keep the economy running. It's kind of put us in a political minefield, and it's definitely not where a small business wants to be. We want to serve everybody.
As the mask debate continues, Whitley County Health Department officials say they are seeing a spike of new cases both in towns and rural areas. Well, Governor Beshear has asked the state Supreme Court to block 2 lower court rulings on his restrictions. Earlier this week, an appeals court upheld the rulings that struck down the governor's orders on restricting crowds at auto racetracks and agritourism businesses. The Lexington Herald Leader reports the governor has appealed the rulings to the Supreme Court to have them overturned. In a separate filing against Attorney General Daniel Cameron, the governor asked the Franklin Circuit Court to declare his mandatory mask order proper. Last week, Cameron asked a Scott County Circuit Court judge to weigh in on the legality of the mask order. A hearing is scheduled on that tomorrow at 1 p.m. To Pulaski County now, where the regional driver's license office has reopened for limited services. Services will be limited to replacement of a lost card if you need a card for a job or emergency. If you are a new resident getting a new ID, or you are a new applicant who has successfully completed Kentucky State Police driver testing, along with the renewal of an ID with expiration dates of March 18th to July 6th of this year. The regional driver's license office will be open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Well, several new laws are now in effect in Kentucky. The controversial voter ID bill is one of them. That means voters will be asked to show a photo ID before they can vote. Other allows distilleries, wineries, and breweries to ship directly to customers in and out of Kentucky. Thanks to Senate Bill 32, veterinarians will be allowed to report if they find signs of animal abuse, and an anti-human trafficking hotline number will now be shown in several transportation locations like airports. Well, deputies in Clay County need your help finding the man who robbed a business yesterday morning on Highway 421. You can see in this picture provided to us by the Clay County Sheriff's Department, the man is wearing camo and holding what appears to be a pistol. If you know who the man is, you're asked to call the Clay County Sheriff's Office. Well, we have more details in the investigation into a missing Pike County man. Crystal Williams turned herself in to police in Lexington yesterday. The Pikeville Police Department was looking for Williams in connection to the disappearance of Wesley Hook. Hook has been missing since June. A burned car belonging to Hook's father was found near the Robinson Creek on July 3rd. Human remains were found inside of that car, but were burned beyond recognition. Police believe the remains are of Cook, but are waiting their official results. Well, officials say a Kentucky mayor was killed when a lawnmower rolled on top of him while he was cutting grass on city property. The Lincoln County coroner says Stanford Mayor Scotty Ernst died following the accident on Tuesday afternoon. Markham said Ernst stepped off the edge of a creek bank and the mower rolled onto him. Officials say the mayor regularly did mowing duties for the city. The city said in a statement that he was elected mayor in 2018 after serving nearly 15 years on the city council. And Highway 15 near Grapevine was closed for hours yesterday following a crash. It happened near the entrance to the Coalfields Industrial Park at around 10:30 Wednesday morning. Police tell WIMT a coal truck and a car crashed head-on. We still do not know the extent of the injuries at this time. We hope to have more on this crash throughout the day on WIMT.com. Well, later, after making headlines earlier this month, it turns out Kanye West is not running for president after all. We will tell you why.
Forecast continues to stay mild, muggy, and even hot as we head deeper into the daytime hours today, but we're tracking the potential for some stronger storms too. We'll have all the details in about 3 minutes.